20 grandchildren of black music legends that will shock you. What happens when the genius DNA of icons like Snoop Dogg, Quincy Jones, and Bob Marley lands in the hands of the next generation? Are we witnessing the birth of new empires? Or is the weight of a legendary last name too heavy to carry? At Black Excellence Legends, we are peeling back the curtain on the heirs of music royalty, from Zion, Marley's quiet evolution to Austin Brown's soulful rebellion. These aren't just grandchildren, they are the future of the culture. Subscribe now to join the movement and honor the bloodlines that shape the world. Blue Ivy Carter. The sheer magnitude of Blue Ivy Carter's cultural footprint is unprecedented for a teenager. Born into the ultimate musical meritocracy as the firstborn of Beyoncé Knowles and Sean Jay-Z Carter Blue, Ivy has occupied the global spotlight since her very first breath. However, her narrative is far more than a byproduct of her parents' astronomical fame. It is a testament to the early blooming of a multifaceted professional. Her grandfather, Matthew Knowles, steered the legendary Destiny's Child to super salty, and that same executive precision seems to flow through Blue's veins. At just 2 days old, her cries were immortalized on the track Glory, making her the youngest individual ever to appear on a Billboard chart. Fast forward to age 9, and she secured a Grammy Award for Best Music Video for Brown Skin Girl, cementing her status as a serious collaborator. During the record-breaking Renaissance World Tour, Blue Ivy transitioned from a protected child to a formidable performer. Stepping onto the stage in front of tens of thousands, she displayed a disciplined work ethic and rhythmic poise that silenced skeptics. Beyond the choreography and vocals, she represents the Black billionaire legacy, a symbol of generational wealth and artistic autonomy. Whether she is narrating audiobooks like Hair Love or influencing fashion trends, Blue Ivy navigates her adolescence with a poised maturity. She doesn't just represent the future of the Knowles-Carter dynasty, she is a burgeoning icon who understands the weight of her platform. As she matures, she continues to demonstrate that while her lineage provided the stage, it is her own dedication and charisma that command the standing ovation. Val B. While many descendants of musical royalty rush into the limelight to capitalize on their surnames, Val B. chose a path defined by patience and profound respect. As the granddaughter of the King of the Blues, the incomparable B. King Val carries a heritage steeped in the soulful wails of the Mississippi Delta and the sophisticated bending of guitar strings. Her father, a dedicated minister and the eldest of B.B. King's 15 children, ensured that her formative years were rooted in the church. It was within those sacred walls in Northeast Ohio that Val discovered her vocal prowess, starting as a soloist at the tender age of 11, long before she understood the global weight of her grandfather's crown. Val's journey is a refreshing departure from the typical industry narrative. She intentionally prioritized her roles as a wife and mother, attending to the foundations of family life before reclaiming her musical birthright. Her grandfather famously joked that she was doing things backward, but this grounded perspective has given her voice a depth and authenticity that cannot be manufactured. Now, as a seasoned blues vocalist, she stands as the bridge between her grandfather's legendary past and the future of the genre. She has taken on the mantle of preserving the King legacy with striking projects, including a heartfelt remake of the classic The Thrill Is Gone. Perhaps her most ambitious endeavor is a duet project utilizing her grandfather's original recordings, a tribute reminiscent of Natalie Cole's legendary collaboration with her father. Val recalls the stories of Lucille, the iconic guitar she was never allowed to touch, and uses those memories to fuel her performances. She isn't just singing the blues, she is narrating a family history of resilience and rhythmic elegance, ensuring the King dynasty remains vibrant in 2026. Paris Jackson. Emerging from the formidable shadow of the King of Pop requires a level of emotional fortitude that few possess. As the second child and only daughter of Michael Jackson, Paris Michael Catherine Jackson spent her early years behind masks and within the gates of Neverland Ranch, a childhood designed to shield her from the relentless gaze of the paparazzi. However, following the seismic loss of her father in 2009, Paris was thrust into a public existence that demanded she define herself on her own terms. Rather than attempting to mimic her father's moonwalking perfection, she pivoted toward a raw, vulnerable, and distinctly bohemian artistic identity. Paris has successfully cultivated a multifaceted career that spans high fashion, modeling, gritty acting roles, and a burgeoning music career. In 2020, she unveiled her debut studio album Wilted, which surprised listeners by bypassing high-octane pop in favor of melancholic indie folk and alternative sounds. Her music serves as a cathartic outlet, dealing with themes of heartbreak and personal growth, proving that her creative instincts are guided by introspection rather than commercial trends. On the screen, her performances in projects like American Horror Story have demonstrated a range that is entirely her own. By early 2026, Paris has solidified her status as a modern-style icon and a vocal advocate for mental health and environmental causes. Her grandfather, Joe Jackson, was known for his iron-fisted management that built an empire, but Paris operates with a soft-spoken autonomy. She navigates the industry with an eclectic spirit, often seen gracing the front rows of Paris Fashion Week one day and performing acoustic sets in intimate venues the next. Engaged to producer Justin Long, as of late 2024, she continues to blend the grandeur of the Jackson lineage with a grounded California cool sensibility, ensuring her path remains as unpredictable as it is authentic. Mádé Kuti. In the vibrant landscape of contemporary African music, Omoran Mádé Kuti stands as a formidable guardian of a revolutionary fire. Being the grandson of Fela Kuti, the progenitor of Afrobeat, and a fierce political activist, Made inherited a legacy that is as much about social justice as it is about complex polyrhythms. However, rather than merely coasting on his illustrious surname, Made underwent a rigorous academic and professional transformation to earn his place. He studied at the prestigious Trinity Laban Conservatoire of Music and Dance in London, the exact same institution his grandfather attended decades prior, honing a technical mastery over the saxophone, trumpet, and piano that distinguishes him as a premier multi-instrumentalist. Made's artistic philosophy is a sophisticated blend of heritage and innovation. He officially joined his father Femi Kuti's band, Positive Force, at a young age, learning the grueling discipline required to lead a massive ensemble. His debut solo work, For E-Ward, released in 2021 as part of the Legacy Plus double album project, showcased a sound that honors the classic Afrobeat structure while introducing modern jazz sensibilities and urgent lyrical themes. He doesn't just play music, he composes intricate sonic landscapes that challenge corruption and celebrate African identity, much like the Black president before him. By 2026, Made has solidified his reputation as a global ambassador for Nigerian music. He avoids the flashy commercial tropes of modern Afrobeats, opting instead for a raw, live instrumentation approach that demands the listener's full attention. Whether he is performing at world-class festivals or recording in the legendary Calcutta Republic, Made operates with a quiet intensity. He represents the intellectual and spiritual evolution of the Kuti dynasty, a musician who understands that for Afrobeat to remain a weapon for change, it must be sharpened by both ancestral wisdom and modern virtuosity. Skip Marley. Carrying the Marley name is often described as a spiritual assignment, and Skip Marley fulfills this role with a natural, effortless magnetism. Born Skip Marley Mento to Cedella, Marley and David Mento, he is the grandson of the king of reggae Bob Marley and the matriarch Rita Marley. While his lineage could have easily locked him into a nostalgic loop, Skip has successfully modernized the island sound. He didn't just grow up listening to music. He was forged in it, touring with his uncles Damien and Stephen Marley on the Catch a Fire tour before he even released a solo project. This apprenticeship under the titans of reggae gave him a stage presence that feels both ancient and fresh. Skip made history in 2020 with his hit single Slow Down featuring HER. The track skyrocketed to #1 on the Billboard Adult R&B airplay chart, a milestone that made him the first Jamaican-born artist to reach the top of that specific chart. This achievement was pivotal. It proved that the Marley frequency could resonate within the contemporary R&B landscape without losing its roots. His debut, EP Higher Place, further solidified this, earning a Grammy nomination and featuring collaborations with icons like Rick Ross. Skip's voice carries the raspy, soulful texture of his grandfather, yet his delivery is tailored for a generation that blends hip-hop, soul, and dancehall. By early 2026, Skip has transitioned from a rising star to a seasoned global ambassador. His contribution to the Bob Marley One Love biopic soundtrack, which secured a Grammy win, showed his dedication to honoring the foundation while building his own skyscraper. Whether he is advocating for social change through his lyrics or collaborating with pop superstars, Skip operates with a calm, lion-like confidence. He isn't trying to be Bob Marley. He is continuing the message of one love through a 21st century lens, ensuring that the roots of the family tree remain deep while the branches reach new experimental heights. Zion Kalvin Broadus. In the realm of West Coast hip-hop royalty, few arrivals were as celebrated as that of Zion Kalvin Broadus. Born on January 14, 2015, Zion holds the distinguished title of being the very first grandchild of the global cultural icon, Snoop Dogg. His birth marked a transformative chapter for the Dogg father, who traded his tough exterior for the role of a doting, hands-on grandfather. The world watched via social media as a proud Snoop shared the first glimpses of baby Zion, cradled by his father, Corday Broadus. This wasn't just a family addition, it was the beginning of the Papa Snoop era, a term of endearment Zion coined when he struggled to pronounce his grandfather's stage name. Zion's upbringing has been a blend of high-profile luxury and grounded family values. Growing up in the Broadus household means being surrounded by an empire that spans music, film, and entrepreneurship. However, Zion's personality stands out as a unique mix of his father's laid-back aura and his grandfather's legendary charisma. Snoop has frequently shared anecdotes about Zion's burgeoning star power, including the time the youngster jokingly claimed to be the biggest celebrity in the family. In a display of early creative wit, Zion once took a box of Snoop Loops cereal and covered his grandfather's face with his own, signaling that he is more than ready to take over the family brand. By early 2026, Zion has entered his preteen years as a symbol of the new generation of the Broadus legacy. While he hasn't officially launched a music career, his rhythm and confidence are undeniable, often seen in the background of family videos, effortlessly mimicking his grandfather's iconic movements. He represents the softer, more legacy-focused side of the Snoop Dogg brand, a living testament to the rapper's journey from a Long Beach prodigy to a patriarch of a multi-generational dynasty. Zion isn't just a grandchild. He is the Prince of the West Coast, navigating his youth with the cool composure and infectious joy that has been the Broadus trademark for decades. Sky Blue. In the annals of music history, few names carry as much weight as Gordy, the architects of the Motown sound. Skylar Austin Gordy, professionally known as Sky Blue, is the grandson of the legendary Berry Gordy Jr., the man who launched the careers of Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. However, Sky Blue didn't rely on the soulful ballads of the 1960s to find his fortune. Instead, he disrupted the 21st century music scene as one half of the electronic dance music duo LMFAO alongside his young uncle Redfoo. Together, they traded Motown's polished suits for neon animal prints and oversized glasses, creating a party rock era that defined global nightlife for years. The statistics behind Sky Blue's career are staggering. In 2011, LMFAO's party rock anthem became a cultural phenomenon, spending 6 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and eventually reaching diamond status with over 10 million units sold in the US alone. While his grandfather built an empire on radio-friendly Soul Sky Blue, conquered the digital age with viral hits like Sexy and I Know It. This massive success proved that the Gordy business acumen remained intact. Sky Blue understood how to package infectious energy into a brand that transcended borders from Los Angeles to Tokyo. By February 2026, Sky Blue has evolved from a party icon into a multifaceted creative entrepreneur. Following LMFAO's hiatus, he launched his own label and collective Big Bad, focusing on a more eclectic range of music, including rap, D, J-sets, and alternative sounds. While he remains a student of his grandfather's legendary work ethic, Sky Blue operates with a fiercely independent spirit. He balances the prestige of being Motown royalty with a desire to remain on the cutting edge of the underground scene. He is the bridge between the boardroom brilliance of the past and the chaotic, high-energy freedom of the future, proving that the Gordy legacy is as much about innovation as it is about tradition. Alexander Simone. To inherit the lineage of High Priestess of Soul Nina Simone is to carry a legacy of profound musical complexity and fierce social conviction. Alexander Simone, the grandson of Nina, and son of the talented singer-actress Lisa Simone, has navigated this formidable inheritance with remarkable artistic integrity, growing up immersed in the spiritual atmosphere of the church. Alexander mastered the piano and organ early on, the very instruments his grandmother used to command global stages. By age 14, he was already transcribing his emotions into song, eventually using his musical gifts to bridge a personal gap and reconnect with his mother Lisa at 16. Alexander's sound is a vibrant tapestry that honors the past while firmly addressing the present. As the leader of the Who Dat Live crew based in the legendary music hub of Asbury Park, New Jersey, he has cultivated a reputation for high-energy, genre-bending performances. His music doesn't settle into a single lane. Instead, it fluidly navigates through R&B, rock, funk, and soul. This versatility has allowed him to share stages with eclectic icons, ranging from Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder to hip-hop legends Eric B. and Rakim. Alexander possesses a stage presence that mirrors the raw intensity of his grandmother, yet he infuses it with a modern communal spirit designed to heal and unite. By February 2026, Alexander has matured into a vital voice in the independent music scene. He views his craft not just as entertainment, but as a vehicle for storytelling and social commentary, much like Nina did during the Civil Rights Movement. He often speaks of the chord charts and the vast musical library left by his grandfather, using them as a foundation to build his own distinct sonic architecture. Alexander isn't interested in being a museum piece of the Simone legacy. He is a living, breathing extension of it. He ensures that the Simone sound remains a revolutionary force, one that is as comfortable in a gritty rock club as it is in a soulful sanctuary. Jasper Armstrong Marsalis. In the world of high art jazz, the Marsalis name is synonymous with institutional excellence and classical rigor. Jasper Armstrong Marsalis, the son of the world-renowned trumpeter Wynton Marsalis and grandson of the legendary patriarch Ellis Marsalis Jr., grew up in the epicenter of musical perfection. While his family represents the first family of jazz, boasting 9 Grammys and a Pulitzer Prize, Jasper has taken a radically different, almost subversive path. Operating under the moniker Slauson Malone, he has detached himself from the polished brass and tuxedos of Lincoln Center to explore the raw, avant-garde edges of the New York experimental scene. Jasper's artistic output is a complex deconstruction of the very traditions that birthed him. He gained significant underground recognition as a member of the New York collective Standing on the Corner, a group known for blending jazz, hip-hop, and ambient noise into a surrealist sonic collage. His solo projects such as A Quiet Farewell 2016 to 2018 showcase a musician who uses sound as a medium for psychological inquiry rather than technical display. He doesn't play the trumpet like his father or the piano like his grandfather. Instead, he manipulates samples, guitars, and silence to challenge the listener's perception of black music. By early 2026, Jasper has solidified his status as a modernist renegade within the Marsalis dynasty. He represents the intellectual evolution of the family's legacy, one that is unafraid to dismantle the past to find a new authentic future. While his grandfather taught the world the foundations of jazz, Jasper is teaching his generation that the most Marsalis thing one can do is innovate with fearless autonomy. He remains a critical darling in the avant-garde world, proving that while his DNA is rooted in the classics, his vision is firmly set on the uncharted territories of 21st century sound. Raven Gibson. Growing up in the aura of a 10-time Grammy winner and the queen of funk requires a unique kind of groundedness which Raven Gibson possesses in abundance. As the granddaughter of the incomparable Chaka Khan, Raven is a direct link to a legacy of vocal pyrotechnics and female empowerment. Her mother, Malini Khan, who performed in the 1990s R&B group Pretty in Pink and currently releases music as Icon, ensured that Raven understood the industry's realities from a young age. Rather than a world of mere glitz, Raven witnessed the discipline and vocal maintenance necessary to uphold the Khan standard of excellence. While Raven has often remained a more private figure compared to her famous grandmother, her presence within the family's musical history is significant. She represents the middle bridge of a 4-generation lineage of talent. Chaka Khan has frequently spoken about the profound joy of seeing her family expand, and Raven played a pivotal role in this evolution by making Chaka a great-grandmother. Raven's son Mackenzie is now the youngest carrier of this creative DNA, a fact that Malini once described as an overwhelming experience of love that transcended even the bond she shared with Raven. By February 2026, Raven stands as a pillar of support and a guardian of the family's private history. While she honors the I'm every woman spirit of her grandmother, she has navigated her life with a focus on family stability and behind-the-scenes influence. She embodies the Khan legacy, not through a microphone alone, but through the strength and resilience of the women in her line. Raven is a reminder that the most enduring part of a music legend's life isn't just the applause on stage, but the continuity of a strong, loving family that keeps the rhythm of the heart beating long after the concert ends. Novel Alonzo Mario Stevenson. In the tapestry of soul music, few threads are as vibrant as the one belonging to Solomon Burke, the king of rock and soul. His grandson Alonzo Mario Stevenson, known professionally as Novel, has successfully woven that ancestral richness into a modern Grammy-winning career. Born into a world where melody was the primary language, Novel's childhood was a nomadic journey through musical hubs like Atlanta and Philadelphia. His father, William Stevenson, was a gifted singer, and his mother, Melanie Burke, provided the ethereal background vocals for Chaka Khan. However, it was the towering influence of his grandfather, Solomon, that instilled in Novel the understanding that music is a spiritual vessel meant to move the masses. Novel's ascent in the industry was marked by a rare versatility. He is as comfortable laying down a hip-hop verse as he is arranging a gospel-inflected choir. He first caught the industry's collective ear in 2003 with the song Peach, featuring the legendary Smokey Robinson, signaling his arrival as a bridge between the old guard and the new school. Unlike many who lean on their lineage, Novel established himself as a premier songwriter and producer, collaborating with giants like Talib Kweli, David Guetta, and Alicia Keys. His work is characterized by a sophisticated, cinematic quality, a blend of raw soul and polished urban grit that earned him a Grammy win and multiple nominations. By February 2026, Novel has become a revered musician's musician. He operates with the wisdom of a veteran and the hunger of an innovator, refusing to be pigeonholed into a single genre. While he honors the legacy of Solomon Burke by maintaining a high standard of vocal excellence, his sound is firmly rooted in the 21st century. He represents the survival of the Burke soul in a digital era, proving that while the methods of delivery may change, a voice fueled by authentic legacy is timeless. Novel remains a vital force behind the scenes and center stage, ensuring that the regal frequency of his grandfather continues to resonate in global pop culture. Deborah Joy Winans. In the world of spiritual music, the Winans name is a gold standard representing a dynasty that redefined modern gospel. Deborah Joy Winans, born September 6, 1983, is the daughter of Kalvin Winans and the granddaughter of the late Mom Dolores Winans and Pop David Winans Sr. While her family dominated the charts with Grammy-winning harmonies, Deborah Joy initially sought a different stage, focusing her talents on the craft of acting. She earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts from Wayne State University and an MFA from the California Institute of the Arts, proving that while her DNA is musical, her discipline is deeply theatrical. However, destiny had a way of harmonizing her two worlds. Deborah Joy skyrocketed to fame through her role as Charity Greenleaf Satterley on the Oprah Winfrey Network's hit drama Greenleaf. In a poetic twist of fate, she was required to sing for the role, allowing global audiences to experience the powerhouse vocals that are a Winans' birthright. Her performance of The Master's Calling became a standout moment, showcasing a voice that possesses both the technical precision of her aunts Cece and Angie Winans and a raw emotive depth that is entirely her own. She bridged the gap between a scripted character and a living legacy, proving that her heritage is a tool for storytelling. By February 2026, Deborah Joy has become a multi-hyphenate force in the entertainment industry. Beyond the screen, she has graced the stage in the musical Born for This, portraying her Aunt Cece Winans, a role that required her to navigate the intimate history of her own family. Now a mother herself to her son Terrence David, she balances the demands of Hollywood with a grounded faith. She remains a vital protector of the Winans' legacy, demonstrating that, whether through a monologue or a melody, the family's mission to inspire remains unbroken. Deborah Joy is the modern face of an ancient soul moving through the industry with the grace of a woman who knows exactly where she came from. Kierra Sheard-Kelly. In the sanctified halls of gospel music history, few lineages command as much reverence as the Clark family. Kierra Sheard-Kelly, born June 20th, 1987, is the quintessential successor to this vocal empire. As the daughter of Karen Clark Sheard, a member of the legendary Clark sisters, and the granddaughter of the pioneering choir director Dr. Mádé Kuti, Kierra was born into a masterclass of three-part harmonies and vocal agility. Her grandmother didn't just lead choirs, she revolutionized the gospel sound, and Kierra has spent her entire life ensuring that innovation didn't stop with the previous generation. Kierra's career began with a bang at the age of 9, but it was her 2004 debut album, I Owe You, that signaled a seismic shift in the genre. She successfully fused traditional gospel power with R&B and urban beats, making faith-based music accessible to a younger, more global audience. Her versatility is legendary. In 2020, she achieved a rare cultural feat by portraying her own mother in the Lifetime biopic, The Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel. The film was a massive success, and simultaneously, Kierra's self-titled album, Kierra, unseated mainstream giants on the charts, proving that her kingdom music had immense commercial viability. By February 2026, Kierra has evolved into a mogul and a spiritual mentor. Beyond her soaring high notes and Clark-style vocal runs, she has expanded her brand into fashion with her line 1160, catering to curvy women, and has become a powerful voice in ministry alongside her husband, Jordan Kelly. She remains the bridge between the high-energy praise of the 1970s and the digital-first ministry of today. Kierra doesn't just sing the gospel, she lives it with a modern entrepreneurial flair, ensuring that the legacy of Dr. Mádé Kuti continues to evolve while keeping its soulful, sanctified core intact. Raif-Henok Emmanuel Kendrick. In the presence of music royalty, few young figures carry themselves with as much poise and articulate grace as Raif-Henok Emmanuel Kendrick. Born on September 30th, 2009, Raif is the first grandson of the legendary Motown supreme and global icon Diana Ross. As the son of Rhonda Ross Kendrick and jazz musician Rodney Kendrick, Raif was born into a world where the stage is a second home. However, it was his public debut on the world's most prestigious platforms that truly shocked audiences, revealing a maturity and oratory skill that far surpassed his years. Raif became a household name not through a pop single, but through his charismatic presence at major award ceremonies. At the 2017 American Music Awards, he stole the show while celebrating his grandmother's Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2019, at just 9 years old, he delivered a viral introductory speech for Diana Ross at the Grammy Awards. His confidence in front of millions of viewers demonstrated that the Ross flair for showmanship had been successfully transmitted to the third generation. While he hasn't officially launched a commercial music career by early 2026, he is a frequent collaborator in his mother's soulful performances and has shown a deep interest in the intellectual and business aspects of the entertainment industry. By February 2026, Raif stands as a sophisticated representative of the Ross legacy. He navigates his teenage years with a focus on education and activism, often using his platform to speak on social issues, mirroring the strength of the women who raised him. He is affectionately called a mini-mogul by fans who recognize his innate ability to command a room, a trait he undoubtedly inherited from his grandmother, the woman who defined what it means to be a diva. Raif represents the continuation of the Ross dynasty, a future leader who understands that while a name gets you into the room, it is your voice and character that keep you there. Jeremy Morgan. In the expansive world of Caribbean music, few lineages are as prolific or spiritually grounded as the Morgan family. Jeremy Morgan is a vital branch of the legendary Morgan heritage tree, the Grammy-winning royal family of reggae. As the son of the late iconic frontman Denroy Morgan, who fathered 30 children and helped establish a musical dynasty, and the nephew of the core Morgan heritage members, Jeremy was born into a lifestyle of rockaz music and Rastafarian devotion. In a family where nearly everyone is a multi-instrumentalist or a vocalist, Jeremy chose to define his space by mastering the rhythmic backbone of the sound, the bass, and the production board. Jeremy's career is a testament to the family philosophy that music is a mission, not a competition. He has spent years touring globally, serving as a key member of the Morgan Heritage Band during their most successful runs. Beyond his technical skills, he has played a crucial role in maintaining the family's independent spirit, working behind the scenes on production and arrangements that blend traditional roots reggae with modern R&B and dancehall. While his uncles and aunts are the voices the world knows best, Jeremy is often the sonic architect, ensuring that the Morgan vibration remains consistent and powerful across different generations. By early 2026, Jeremy has transitioned into a mentor and producer for the newest wave of Morgans. Following the passing of the family patriarch Denroy Morgan and the beloved Uncle Peter Morgan in recent years, Jeremy has stepped up as a guardian of the family's artistic integrity. He balances the immense pressure of the Morgan name with a quiet, humble approach, focusing on social justice through sound. Whether he is in the studio in Jamaica or performing on a festival stage in Europe, Jeremy embodies the resilience of the Morgan bloodline, ensuring that the message of one love is backed by a groove that is as heavy as the heritage it represents. Zion David Marley. While the Marley name often conjures images of dreadlocks and guitar strums, Zion David Marley represents a unique cultural intersection. Born on August 3, 1997, he is the first child of the legendary hip-hop icon Lauryn Hill and the reggae entrepreneur Rohan Marley. To the world, Zion became an eternal figure before he could even walk, immortalized in his mother's 1998 masterpiece, To Zion. The song, a soul-stirring tribute to her choice to choose motherhood over industry pressure, transformed his name into a global symbol of divine blessing and familial devotion. Zion's upbringing was a blend of the concrete jungles of New Jersey and the lush hills of Jamaica. Unlike his siblings who have pursued the spotlight, such as Sela in modeling or Wiser Marley in music, Zion has largely favored a path of quiet entrepreneurship and private legacy. He embodies the spiritual warrior archetype of his grandfather Bob Marley, but interprets it through a modern behind-the-scenes lens. His presence in the fashion and creative spaces is often felt rather than broadcasted, maintaining an enigmatic aura that mirrors his mother's selective relationship with fame. By early 2026, Zion has embraced his role as the anchor of the third generation of Marleys. He is now a father himself, having welcomed his son Zephaniah in 2017 and daughter Azariah in 2021, effectively making Lauryn Hill a grandmother in her late 40s. This transition into patriarch status has seen Zion focusing on sustainable land development and family ventures that honor the Marley One Love philosophy without the need for a microphone. He remains a living testament to one of the most famous lyrics in R&B history, proving that the boy who was once the joy of his mother's world has grown into a man of substance, grounding the Marley dynasty in 2026 with grace and maturity. Zephaniah Nesta Marley. In the vast and ever-growing Marley genealogy, Zephaniah Nesta Marley holds a special place as a symbol of the lineage's continuity into a fourth generation. Born on February 19, 2017, Zephaniah is the son of Zion David Marley and the grandson of both the reggae entrepreneur Rohan Marley and the enigmatic musical genius Lauryn Hill. His arrival was a major cultural moment, famously celebrated by his grandmother on social media, marking her transition into the role of a doting grandmother. His middle name, Nesta, is a direct homage to his great-grandfather Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley, a heavy mantle that anchors him to the very roots of reggae history. Growing up as a Marley Hill descendant in 2026 means being raised at the crossroads of creative absolute power and deep spiritual grounding. While his public appearances are rare and carefully curated by his parents to ensure a normal childhood, the glimpses the world sees of Zephaniah reveal a child immersed in the family's vibrant culture. Whether he's pictured on the lush Marley estates in Jamaica or in the creative hubs of the United States, he is surrounded by a family that views music and activism not just as a career, but as a lifestyle. At 9 years old, Zephaniah represents the new growth of the family tree. He is part of a generation that will eventually decide how to carry the One Love message into the mid-21st century. While his cousins and uncles continue to dominate global charts and film screens, Zephaniah is currently a student of the world, protected by the fierce privacy of his mother and father. He is a living reminder of the lyrics his grandmother sang decades ago in To Zion, a physical manifestation of the dawn and beautiful reflection of a legacy that refuses to fade, ensuring the Marley name remains synonymous with hope and heritage in 2026. Austin Brown. Standing at the intersection of two of the most powerful dynasties in music history, Austin Brown carries the DNA of both the Jackson and Brown families. As the son of Rebbe Jackson, the eldest of the legendary Jackson siblings, and the nephew of the king of pop, Michael Jackson, Austin grew up in the hallowed halls of Havenhurst. However, his musical education didn't stop there. His father, Nathaniel Brown, provided a grounding in soul and jazz that complemented the pop perfection of his maternal side. Rather than rushing to capitalize on his family tree, Austin spent years as a student of the craft, quietly mastering the guitar, piano, and bass, while developing a production style that is both nostalgic and futuristic. Austin's artistic identity is defined by a refusal to be a legacy act. He famously turned down major label deals that wanted him to be a carbon copy of his uncles, choosing instead to release music independently through his own collective backbeat. His 2012 debut, Highway 85, was a masterclass in new vintage soul blending 1980s pop sensibilities with 21st century production. He has since become a sought-after producer and songwriter, collaborating with icons like Macy Gray and Ariana Grande. Austin operates with the technical precision of a Jackson, but his vibe is decidedly more alternative and organic, often performing acoustic sets that highlight his raw vocal ability. By early 2026, Austin has solidified his reputation as the intellectual heartbeat of the Jackson family's third generation. He bridges the gap between the monumental history of the Jackson 5 and the modern independent music scene. Beyond his solo work and production credits, he has become a mentor to his younger cousins, like Paris Jackson, guiding them through the complexities of the industry with a focus on artistic integrity over fame. Austin isn't just a descendant of the Jacksons. He is the curator of their musical evolution, ensuring that the family's contribution to pop culture remains sophisticated, soulful, and entirely authentic in 2026. The legacy of these descendants proves that Black excellence is not a static history, but a living, breathing evolution. From the spiritual depth of the Winans to the experimental rebellion of Jasper Marsalis, these artists are redefined by their refusal to be mere shadows of their famous ancestors. They carry the genius DNA while carving paths that challenge our very definitions of soul, jazz, and pop. However, this transition raises a compelling question for our community at Black Excellence Legends. In our celebration of these dynasties, are we placing an unfair burden on the next generation to be great, or does their inherited platform give them an obligation to carry the torch?